Hello.
Hello, everyone.
We made it.
Welcome to another episode of Our Life in Pixels.
Bro, we're like actually on time today.
Yeah, on the dot.
Yeah.
You act like we're the WAN show and we're always 45 minutes late. We're usually like a couple minutes late. We just go over.
Yeah, it's like
This is a 1 hour podcast that's really usually an hour and a half.
Yeah, that happens quite often. But I mean, look, we made it. We're on time. Ready to go. We actually know what the fuck we're going to talk about tonight.
Incredible.
It's pretty easy. There's been like games after game after game releasing recently, so I mean it makes it a little bit easier. So anyways,
good game after good.
Yes, that's true. Good game after good game after good game. Anyways, so we'll hop into this here. Justin, my man, what have you been playing this week?
Dark and Darker, baby.
Of course, not a game that released this week.
What was that, Tim?
I'm surprised you haven't hopped into Sea of Stars yet.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it because I want to just play it on Game Pass. So I'm waiting for Starfield to release, and then I'm going to get Game Pass Ultimate so that I can play Sea of Stars on my Xbox upstairs and Starfield down here on my computer and just alternate between them.
Big brain.
Yeah, big value there. But no, I've been playing Dark and Darker a good amount, and it's been really fun because a couple of days ago they patched it and they re-added VoIP. So people are saying crazy shit again. Yes. I had a really good moment where I was playing trios with like Coco and Shane, and I was playing a barbarian, and I was looting a box a little ways away from the guys, and I think I hear somebody talking in VoIP. And I just stop moving and I listen, and I hear, yo, this barbarian's not moving. Dude, get over here. And I look and I see this dude like around the corner down the way, and I'm just like, this guy has no idea that I can hear him. Oh my god. And I'm like, in VoIP, I'm out of here. I'm going to walk away now. And I start trudging off towards Coco and Shane. And the dudes start following me, and Shane just like starts opening up with the bow, playing the ranger. Shooting the guys, and I just hear, oh fuck, and I turn around and they're like running away from Shane now, and we start chasing them. So I'm just like running after him with my big axe, you know. And what I like to do in VoIP is I like to just go, Marco, and this dude's just running away like, oh shit, oh fuck, oh shit. And he goes to shut a door on me, and I'm right behind him. He shuts the door in my face, but I'm a barbarian, so I just smashed the door open in his face, and I'm just like, Marco, just chasing his ass down, and we ended up killing both of them. It was just very fun, them just like frantically screaming in the mic.
That's hilarious.
That is hilarious.
Yeah.
What's that movie? The Shining?
The Shining. Yeah, very like, here's Johnny.
Yeah.
Here's the barbarian.
With an axe even.
Yeah.
Here's Johnny.
Yeah. It's been very fun now that they've added VoIP back.
I was watching some BattleBit remastered, or whatever the fucking called. I was watching some clips from that earlier, and that game, I haven't played it a whole lot recently, but it's definitely like still this hilarity all the time, man. Like,
so
they
good.
came out this year.
I know. That came out like 2 months ago. Like,
there's been a lot of games.
So many games. So many good games. At least they're not bad. Could you imagine having all these games and they're all like flops?
That would be so. They're all Redfall.
Don't remind me. Don't remind me of Redfall. I wanted that game to be good. It was not.
A lot of good stuff to play right now, man.
Tim, tell me about the good game you've been playing.
Oh, I've been playing the fuck out of Armored Core.
How many hours do you have?
Not as many as I would like. 26.
Okay.
A mere 26.
But like, it's like I have a couple minutes. I'm gonna run on I'm gonna do a quick mission on I'm gonna just do a replay of an old mission, get some credits on my Steam Deck. I've got a couple minutes. All right, I'm gonna tinker around, work on a configuration on my mech. I'm through rank D of the arena, so I've gone through the first 3 tiers of the arena. But you
What's
can
the arena.
So the arena is one-on-one mech fights against
Is that like PvP? Oh, okay.
No. It's NPCs. There is PvP, and I did just unlock the Nest, which is the PvP route, but I haven't engaged in that at all yet. I'm hoping to get some of that in maybe this weekend. We'll see. Depends on how enthralled I am by Starfield when it launches tomorrow.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Armored Core, but I spent in real time, not in game time, because this was chunks of a couple hours at a time, but in real time, a full day stuck on Balteus, which is the...
Yes. Tim told me about this a little bit.
I was so mad. I won't go into like spoilers on like the how you get there, what you do, none of that. But what I will say is the end of chapter 1, there's a really hard boss fight. Because of course there is. It's From Software. So the first time I fight him, I almost kill him. I'm like, okay, this is not going to be so bad. And I was just rocking. I had a pulse blade. I had a machine gun. I had rocket launchers. And it was a long fight, but I was doing good with my dodges. Almost killed him. I'm like, all right, this is not going to be that bad. Okay, cool. I only played for like an hour the other night. And about half that was the run leading up to fighting Balteus and a few runs at him, and then I was like, I gotta go to bed. We're gonna pick this up tomorrow. So went to bed thinking about it because I was like, almost had him that first go. All right, cool, whatever. I get up at like 9 in the morning. The kids are chilling, and we're gonna go to the zoo. Cool, no problem. We're leaving for the zoo at like 11. I got a couple hours. Gonna just grab my Steam Deck, play some Armored Core. I do a few runs, almost have him a few times. I get him. Awesome. I'm like super excited about it too. I'm like yelling, like, yeah, I did that. Yeah, let's go. And then all of a sudden I just see there's this explosion. He's over there. He falls down. He's dead. The camera does the slow-mo thing that it does when you kill a named AC or a boss. And then all of a sudden I see my AC get hit with some missiles and I get mission failed.
No.
So I killed him, but when it was doing the slow-mo and I'm celebrating, I was getting hit by missiles before it cut off the mission. So, God damn it. Okay. That didn't count. All right. So that sucked.
Wait, so did those missiles kill you technically?
They killed me. I did not beat him.
Oh.
Yeah. I beat him, but I didn't beat the mission.
Yeah.
You can't have a tie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, God, that sucks. So we get back from the zoo. It's like 3:00. All right. I go take a nap. I'm not going to do anything right now. I wake up. I'm still thinking about it, though, because I'm salty. Because I already beat him. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to play Armored Core. Like 3 hours. I'm stuck. Just hard, like, fucking filtered. Like, I'm not going anywhere. This is a hard skill check now. I'm, like, stuck on this fucking guy. All right, whatever. I was playing on the computer down here, over there, the one that's lit up behind me. So I'm like, okay, gotta go upstairs, play on my laptop, whatever. Fine. I beat him. I'm like my second run, and now it's like 10:30, 11 o'clock, whatever it is. I messaged Justin after this. I was so mad. Because I beat him, but my computer, it was in full screen, and then all of a sudden it like tabbed out of the game, and I couldn't exit out of the mission, and I couldn't tab back into the game. It didn't matter what I did. I tried to remote into it on my Steam Deck to pull it up to access the controls. God. Nothing. I was locked out because of a Windows issue. I can't. There's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do.
No,
I've now
dude.
beat the dude twice, and neither time does it count because when I exit out, it didn't save. So I load back in, and I'm pissed. Justin gets a really long, nonsensical message. I'm pissed. I'm so mad. I'm like, oh, this is like never. Okay, the Iron King, Millennia, fucking the Fire Giant. Like, no FromSoft boss has been this frustrating for me, and it's not all because of Balteus. It's not all because of the character design. It is partially, he's a really hard boss because he has a giant fuck-off fire sword. He has homing missile launchers. He's the one that you guys have seen in the trailers where he shoots off a barrage of missiles and it looks like the goddamn fireworks. He has a shotgun. He has a machine gun. He literally has an answer for anything you can do, any combination of dodges you can make. And oh, by the way, there is no cooldown in between his attacks. So his attacks are telegraphed, but it's one after another, after another, after another, after another. And he has a pulse shield. So in addition to every AC has like a stagger meter you fill up, and then they get staggered and take additional damage. Well, he has a shield on top of that you have to break before you can even build up any stagger. So before you can hurt this motherfucker at all, you have to get through an entire like health bar of nothing that regenerates.
Oh, God.
Multiple times. So this is a very difficult fight in and of itself. I've beat him twice, and I haven't beat him yet. So I'm pissed. Now I'm like, I've tried multiple builds. I've tried multiple combinations of weapons, multiple mechs, like everything. I'm toying around with shit, trying to beat this thing. I'm like, all right, there's these little bubble guns. They're pulse guns. They're designed to take down this shield. So I put them on the tankiest mech I have at the time, run through it. Finally, it's like, I don't know what time I think I may have messaged Justin again when I beat him. I think it was like 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I remember it being very late.
Finally, after a full day of real time with gaps in between, I'm not playing that whole day, but it's on my head the whole time. He's in here living rent free for a full day before I can finally beat this motherfucker. Oh my God. And then there was a boss fight the very next mission as well. That was not as bad, but it was still like, oh my God, this game has no chill. From Software has no chill. None at all.
Absolutely.
I love Armored Core. I do. I've played not all of the old games. I don't think I've beaten any of the old games other than 5. Or not 5, Verdict Day. I beat Verdict Day, the one that I bought on my 360. That's the only one I had actually finished before. Like, I've played all these games. I love playing around in the missions, but it used to be like, I would rent them at Hollywood Video and never beat them. I'm determined I'm going to beat this one, but holy shit, the bosses. That was the Chapter 1 boss.
That sounds crazy. Is this boss like a pain point that a lot of players have?
Yes, actually. So a lot of people are bouncing off of the boss at the end of the first mission as well, because it does the typical FromSoft things where they teach you the basics, but there are mechanics that are implied that they expect you to figure out. They don't hold your hand. So like the way that the map is designed in the first fight, you're supposed to like use the terrain, use it to like after you evade a missile attack, use it to get elevation to then assault boost, or use your thrusters to get right up on the chopper. But like a lot of people aren't reading the cues around them that FromSoft designed for you to intuit, and they're kind of bouncing off of it. But then if you get past that, most of Chapter 1's pretty easy. Even like the giant, the Strider, the Eye, the one that Cody was talking about, it's like a boss. It's like literally just a mega mech. It's like just huge. Yeah. It's a moving base. That's not a hard mission at all. Chapter 1's super easy until you get to Balteus, and then it's like, okay, it's on. This is a Souls boss in a mecha game. That's what's happening now. Yeah. Deal with it. It sucks, but it's great. Yeah. I absolutely love it. In between the customization, the replayability of missions to try and get S rank, the arena, I don't think it's ever going to be my main game, but it's not going to be a game that I stop playing for a very long time. Like, I'll play other things, and then Armored Core is going to be there on my Steam Deck for when I just want to like fuck around with mechs for a little bit. So that's going to be fun.
So the gameplay loop itself is enjoyable. Like, it's fun to go back and like redo missions and stuff.
So fun. Yeah, because like there are secrets throughout some of the levels. You can find like mech parts that are hidden around. There's lore bits like logs that are scattered around that you can read. You can pass a mission the first time and then it just gives you the credits. You can move on to the next mission, or you can replay the mission for more credits so that you can buy new parts so that you can customize your mech further. and there's a tier system for how well you perform in each mission, which is based off the number of enemies you kill, the time that it took, the amount of damage you take.
Okay, so you can try to beat your high score and shit.
Yeah. So like ultimately, you're going for that S rank every time. So like I've gone back. There are some missions in Chapter 1 even that I've gone back and I haven't been able to S rank yet because I found a mech that beats it really fast, but ammo cost is factored into it. So how expensive were the weapons you used? Okay, so yeah, it's gonna knock you back some points. So I keep getting an A rank on some of them. I'm like, I'm right there. It's so fun.
That's something that I heard is that in like previous Armored Core games, when you entered into a mission, you'd have to like pay for your ammunition, and so if you like died, you'd go into like debt, and you would like just be in the hole tons of money from dying over and over. Is that a thing in this game?
No, there's no debt system in this one.
Okay, good.
So instead, if you die in a mission, you can just straight up quit out of the mission if you want to go back and tinker around with your AC at the beginning, or like buy new parts. But you can access the shop and switch out mechs or customize your mech, switch out weapons in mission now. You just start from a checkpoint. If you use a checkpoint and you're playing for an S rank, you're not going to get an S rank. Mm-mm. But it's thank God there's a checkpoint, because I can't imagine going through the whole, because there's a whole other named AC fight before Balteus that's not a super easy one, and then you get to Balteus. I can't imagine having to start from the very beginning on that every time something happened. Mm-hmm. Then that would probably have actually like broken me to like how Dark Souls 3 I put like 60 hours in, and then I reinstalled Windows on my computer to find out that there was no cloud save and I had to start over, so I gave up on the game for a few years. That's what would happen with Armored Core with me yesterday. I would have bounced off of it for a while and come back to it. Would not have refunded it. I would have come back to it, but like, damn.
Gnarly. Tim, what kind of control set are you doing? Mouse and keyboard or controller?
Controller.
Okay.
Yeah. So I've never played an Armored Core game mouse and keyboard. I did play around with the keyboard controls and they worked well, but it's since I'm very used to like, playing Verdict Day like this or emulating the old games on my Steam Deck and having a controller, I'm just doing that now. I will say it would probably be a lot easier for me to play mouse and keyboard because there are so many different controls. Like you need to use both thumbsticks to track. Like there's a hard lock system, and Armored Core fans were mad about that because they're like, "Oh, you used to have to track your target manually." The hard lock system can be broken. If they fly over your head super fast, your AC loses sight. It's not like your camera doesn't automatically snap around to the enemy. You have to use both sticks. You have to use B to engage your boosters. X is like a quick boost or a dodge. A is your jump button to gain elevation. You have to fire all four. You have four weapons. You have a left arm weapon, a right arm weapon, and then two shoulder weapons, which are typically going to be like rocket launchers or laser cannons or whatever they are. So you have to be able to do all of that. Plus you have your heal button on the D-pad, because thank God they put a heal button in the game now.
Oh man.
As well as some other, like your scan buttons on the D-pad. So you've really got to touch everything. It's probably easier mouse and keyboard, to be honest.
It's a lot of controls. If you haven't
played an AC game before. Yeah, it's a lot. It's fun.
You said they added a healing button. Did they not have healing in previous games?
No.
Oh, hardcore.
No, Armored Core was very hardcore. Like, FromSoft developed their reputation on the backs of Demon Souls and Dark Souls, but Armored Core and Kingsfield, they've always made just hard-ass video games. Their video games, like, if you're not into it, they are not an enjoyable time. You really have to be into the whole overcoming thing to like that feeling of exaltation when you finally beat the boss, like I had last night for the third fucking time.
Yeah, I find so. Would you call those bugs? All of those, or those 2 times that you beat it, but it didn't count?
Well, yes, but I don't know if. Well, no, the first one, no. The first one was a timing thing. So I got hit as I'm killing him. It was a trade. It's not a bug that I didn't kill him. I didn't kill him in time.
Didn't you say they started doing the camera motion? So like, wouldn't
it
like in
did
most
that,
games
but,
you
so
would be
I saw
invulnerable at that point?
Well, here's the thing. I saw it slow down, but I'm not looking at my screen. My hands are in the air. I'm like, yes, I'm looking up.
Oh, yeah.
My assumption is as it started to slow down, I'm already getting hit.
Okay.
I don't know that because I wasn't wearing headphones. It's just coming through the speakers. And at the end of every mission, a mech explodes. Like if you have a one-on-one fight with a mech, the other one explodes when you kill it. So I'm assuming that the explosions I'm hearing are just Balteus dying. And then I look and I see mission failed. So I think it was a simultaneous, a legit trade. That's not a bug. The second time,
I believe eyes go to the runner.
That's right.
It does not believe.
Yeah, exactly. The second one was a bug, but I don't know if I blame the game or I think it's more Windows because
are you Windows 11?
That machine's on Windows 11.
Yeah.
So my laptop's on Windows 11 and it's hooked up to a 4K TV, and I even had an issue tonight with it where I'm playing on a Samsung TV, but I run everything at 1440p instead of 4K. And I have game mode set up on the TV, but it kept like causing issues where like I had to open the laptop screen to get things to work and then shut the laptop screen and things were fine for a little bit. So I don't think that's Armored Core's fault. I think that has my setup problem.
Yeah.
So no, I haven't seen too many bugs. The game itself is pretty solid. I haven't had any real crashes. I had one on my Steam Deck, but that's on a Steam Deck. So that's probably a Linux problem as a Proton problem, and it happened the first day I played it and not since. So it's been relatively bug-free, and the game is super smooth. It runs great on no matter what machine I'm playing on. On top of that, it is the first FromSoft game that I've seen that runs consistently above 60 FPS, because most of the time they lock it.
Oh yeah, that's true.
This only goes up to 120, but it runs at 120 almost locked. I lock it on my Steam Deck at 40, but I was getting on low settings 800p with the texture settings turned up to high so that the AC itself looks good, but like the rest of the settings are low. I was getting like 55 frames on average, but I just lock it at 40 for battery life. So it's like, yeah, it runs great on all 4 machines I've played it on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm glad. Yeah, I was just curious. I haven't heard anything about bugs, but just the way you're describing those two things, I was like, sounds like bugs.
It was so frustrating, but neither of them were the game's fault.
Right.
To be clear, not blaming the game, but I was really mad at the circumstances, and I was just pissed.
Sure. So
Tim, can we talk about the customization in this game and how free people are to just make crazy shit?
Why, yes, we can. Have you seen some of these?
I've seen some of them. I saw the Pickle Rick one. I just saw a nice South Park themed mech that says "Suck my balls."
Yes, I haven't uploaded a screenshot of my my Xbox build. Tonight, Logan and I built a Xbot themed after my Xbox Series Anniversary Edition controller, except we did a white Xbox logo like you normally have on everything. So that was fun. No, it's crazy. Like most of my builds have been like red and silver and wolf themed, but they started black and red and raven themed, and now I'm just doing random ones. But I've seen some crazy ones. I've seen Optimus Prime. I saw Optimus Crime, which was cool. Oh yeah, you gotta look it up. I'm not gonna get into any. There's some thuggery involved. I saw the Pickle Rick one because you put the thing in there. The craziness that people are doing with this custom,
so good.
The custom logo maker. Like you can make emblems in the game and put
very
them as
detailed like
on there.
How does the emblem maker work exactly?
Really
do you draw in it?
No.
Oh, okay. You have shapes that you work with. Okay.
Yeah, you have really basic shapes that you work with, and people are just going nuts with it. I saw one of those. People like, I forget what logo it was. I was looking at it going like, there's no way somebody made this with the shapes available. Dude. They used 181 layers and put things together to like, I don't know how.
I love that. It's just got to be so monotonous to do, but like, oh my god, this person's emblem is like a legit like tarot card of like the Grim Reaper and all these skulls and this beautiful background. It's incredible stuff. And
I love it.
Can you like share them with people? Can people just like download them?
Yes.
That's
you can
sick.
Share like a code.
That's huge.
And people can search the code and then they can download your design.
That's so huge.
You on the Armored Core Reddit, there's so many. It's amazing. I will say, I do think it's funny. Most of the reviews, like, I think the game's still at 84% positive on Steam right now. Which is probably about where it should be. To me, it's a lot better than that. But I'm also like, I'm already a fan of this franchise and this developer, and I was really looking forward to having this type of game because the closest we've had was Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah,
and that came out. Well, yeah, but that was developers that worked on the AC series.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
So that's why it played a lot like an Armored Core game, but it was, like you said, very, very anime. That's the closest we've had since 2012 when 5 and Verdict Day came out. So, like, this is a welcome return, and probably, no, I'm gonna say definitively it's the best mecha game I've ever played.
I've just posted the best mecha I've ever seen in the chat.
Why does it say Scooby? Oh my god.
It's fucking Scooby-Doo in the van.
How? Okay, there has to be a way to like upload custom images and stuff too, because if you look at it, it literally says the Mystery Machine with the font on the side.
Dude, put enough layers in something.
There's gotta be a way.
There's probably
custom images. Yeah, I uploaded the Xbot to Steam.
To Steam. Oh,
I uploaded the screenshot. I'm gonna save it not as a JPEG, and then I'll put it in the chat so y'all.
Thank you. Yeah, the level of customization really surprised me. I wasn't expecting to see such wild looking things. There's like every Gundam you can think of has been made. Like, oh man,
you can do pretty similar things in Verdict Day as well. There's always been a lot of crazy levels of customization in Armored Core, so it's a very welcome thing to see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially for somebody like me who just loves to do stuff like that.
Who likes to save profiles?
Is there a limit to how many presets you can have?
No, there are like 5 pages of user profiles, and I don't know how long they scroll, if I'm being honest.
Cool.
It's like they built this for people that love to tinker.
Mm-hmm.
No, see,
and that's
JFIF. Like, why is it doing that? I saved it as a JPEG.
I don't know.
I don't know, Tim.
But I looked up on your Steam page. Looks cool.
The Xbot. Yeah, customization, right? Even beyond just how it looks, there's so many little tweaks that you can make to your mech, right? How is the customization for your actual like mech stats compare to the other games?
It's pretty in line. They're always super deep and complicated. Like if you look at Armored Core, if you look at the expanded stats page, like you have to press Y to see all of the in-depth stats. Yeah, it's very, very deep. They definitely changed the way that some of the stats work from previous games, but they just replaced them with more stats.
Okay.
It's very cool.
All of your stats had babies, and now there is more stats.
So for example, there's a reason that I have so many different mechs, right? I have medium weight mechs that don't move as fast, that are kind of tanky, but they can't carry my heaviest weapons, but they can carry some heavy weapons. So they kind of are a good balance of everything. I have my lightweight mechs that are just zipping around the battlefield that can carry lighter weaponry, but good luck hitting them. That's the whole thing about a lighter mech, is they're They're not even a glass cannon. They're gonna paper cut you to death, but you can't touch them. Then you've got the heavy ass tank mechs that can carry the big weapons that are gonna eat you up, and good luck killing them because they have giant, massive health pools, but they don't move well, so you can stagger them, and when you get staggered, you take extra damage, so they're not invincible. Then you go on beyond that. There's tank treads, but then you also have tetrapod legs. Tetrapod legs can also support heavy weaponry. The biggest benefit of tank treads is you can fire heavy weapons like shoulder cannons without stopping, because if you do that on a medium-sized build, you'll stop. With a tetrapod, you'll stop. But a tetrapod, you can hover above the battlefield. So you can basically be an assault helicopter with heavy weapons. So it doesn't matter if you stop moving as much, because you're not moving that fast, you're hovering. There's biped legs that are like your standard Gundam legs, and then there's reverse joint legs, which make it easier to jump up high into the air to get an aerial advantage, but they don't fly forever, unlike the tetrapod, but they're fast in the air. So like your legs are so important, and they're the base of your customization, but there's heavy and light versions of every single one of those. And there's multiple like sets you can build. You can build like a mech with all the same parts that's kind of supposed to be a set. You can mix and match. So you can have tank treads, a lightweight tank tread with a lightweight upper body, so you can still support heavy weapons, and now you're a fast little tank. Can't jump for shit, but you're a little zoomy boy. Like it's so wild. The amount of things you can do in this game are just insane.
That's cool. That sounds very satisfying. Is there a certain playstyle or build that you find yourself really enjoying, Tim?
I like to fly the little boys. I like to have a lightweight mech, but what I have found has been the most effective for me, at least in my most recent missions, is a tank with heavy weapons. Because I'm carrying 2 explosive cannons on my shoulders that stagger enemy ACs quickly, and then I have giant-ass miniguns that just eat them to death. They don't do a lot of damage per bullet, but they shoot a fuckload of bullets really fast. So, like, there was a boss fight at the end of Chapter 2 that I just was able to stagger the boss and then just eat it to death with bullets. It was great.
Easy. That's awesome. That sounds like a really good time. Definitely look forward to diving into that at some point in the future here when I don't have a bunch of other games to play.
Yeah. It's great.
How far would you say you are, Tim? Do you know?
I'm at the beginning of Chapter 3. I know there are 3 chapters. However, I also know that in New Game Plus and New Game Plus Plus, new missions that are not available on my first playthrough, new parts, new weapons become available. And
that's nice.
There are multiple endings as well.
Okay.
So I don't know. I know that the way that it's worked in previous Armored Cores is at some point you get an option between missions that you pick. And most of the time, you get missions that you pick one, and then you can also go back and do the other. But these lock you into a story path. So, like, yeah, it's I don't think I'm there, but I'm on Chapter 3 of 5, so I would assume in this chapter that will happen.
Yeah, I didn't realize there were different endings. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that Patches from Dark Souls first appeared as a character known as like the hyena. Yeah, in Armored Core. Does he appear or feature in this game in any way?
I haven't met him yet, but I've heard yes.
Okay.
I would be surprised if he wasn't, because he's in everything.
Always a joy to see that guy.
According to Google, just on a quick Google search, looks like maybe
he might be in there. You'll find out.
Well, there's a YouTube video saying Armored Core 6. I found patches from Dark Souls, but I'm not clicking on it.
Interesting.
I know that sword's in there.
What, the Moonlight
Greatsword?
Yeah. Asmongold found it. Yeah, Asmongold found it.
Amazing.
Okay.
So that's how I know it's in there. That's the only reason why I know about that.
The classic From Software weapon.
Yeah.
Love that. Sweet. That's Armored Core. Armored Core sounds dope.
It does.
Very good stuff.
Yeah.
Do we want to talk about Starfield?
About our excitement for Starfield tomorrow, 5 p.m.
I have not. I know there were a lot of spoilers and leaks that have come out the last few days. I have been able to avoid all of them.
I have too, so I haven't seen anything about it.
I saw like 45 minutes of gameplay has leaked, but I haven't looked at it.
So I did find a thing that was like 45 minutes of Starfield gameplay, and then I clicked on it because I was curious. It's just a re-upload of the thing from the Xbox event of a couple months ago.
Oh, sure.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? So I don't know.
You know, some dude got arrested in Tennessee because he uploaded 45 minutes to like his Insta like live.
Yeah.
And he also was saying, "Oh yeah, I'll sell them to you." And he stole 67 copies of Starfield.
What?
He was arrested.
He's advertising it on his Instagram.
Yeah, he's an idiot.
Why didn't he steal 2 more?
Well, why didn't he steal 2 more? Why didn't he steal 9 more? 9 more.
Yeah.
What if he stole 76 copies?
You know what he's referring to, Justin?
Fallout.
Yeah, it's just Fallout. Yeah. I couldn't tell if that was a look of disgust or a look of confusion. Could be both.
This is a Fallout 76 joke.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be bad, but that's the thing I keep seeing. I keep seeing people like wanting it to be bad, saying Starfield 76. But then every report I see is like, it's the least buggy Bethesda game anyone's ever played. I'm like, that's amazing.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I do want to say the discourse around Starfield has been a little weird, because now that it's like, it seems like it's weird because it seems like everybody doesn't want Xbox to have a good game to come out is really what the discourse seems to be. And there's people that are just like hating on it. Like I was very skeptical. I especially here on the podcast, I was very skeptical for a long time, and they've been able to like bring me around on it. So I'm very excited for tomorrow. But there are people like, it looks like it has like 2019 graphics and this, that, and the other thing, blah blah blah, and it's like,
yeah, because games in 2019 looked so bad. Ghost of Tsushima just looked like shit, right? Like,
it's just weird, man. Like, and then
that's like, it's the same people that are salty about other things. Like, it's the people that say Starfield has bad graphics are the same people who are like, Elden Ring looks like dog shit. I'm like, what are you looking at?
Yeah. Well, but then there's the other side of it, and there's people that are like, if Starfield gets less than 87 on Metacritic, we know that they're like bought out or something like that. And it's like, okay, people might hate the game. Like, it's still a possibility that people could hate the game. Like, people might not like it. We might all be getting hyped for literally nothing.
Yeah, do not be a slave to Metacritic.
Yeah.
It could be a Metacritic 76. Yes, I did that intentionally. But it could still be a 92 in my heart. Like, it doesn't... Yeah. We don't know yet. We haven't played it.
Everyone needs to think for themselves.
Yeah, your favorite game may not review well. That's okay. That's all right. You can still love something that is very negative on Steam.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I don't know, but yeah, the discourse has just been weird. People have just been hating it for no reason. Like,
the backlash is rolling in.
And well, backlash. My question is, backlash what? Because the game's coming out. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing?
It's not on PlayStation.
I mean, that really seems to be what it is.
Part of it.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. Like, it's just like, weird.
The thing that I never understood about the console wars, right? And this is, I have to preface this. I just made an Xbot Armored Core I have a bunch of Xboxes, but I also have a PS5 back there that gets played on a fairly regular basis now. I just I don't get console wars. I don't get it. Like people are like, Xbox has no games, so Xbox comes out with a game. Well, it's gonna be shit then. It's not on PlayStation. It's Xbox. I don't understand it. Like,
I don't know.
Just enjoy the game or don't. That's okay too. It's okay to not play it.
Is it? We can kind of tie this into the last topic. Is it a status thing? Because like PlayStation, right, has definitely, like, especially with the PlayStation Portable, and you can only listen or you can only use their version of Bluetooth with the portable, with their like headsets and stuff like that, right? Like they've made themselves their own little like premium ecosystem in the gaming market. You know what I mean? And Xbox is like $15. Actually, less than that. $10. Give us $10. You have all these games. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like a quality over, or it's a quantity over quality thing. You know what I mean? And so I just wonder if it's like a status thing. Like, oh, if you're playing Xbox, it's for the poors, and if you're on the PlayStation, you got the right one. It's for the people who know how to game.
That's what PlayStation always pushes, is like, we are the premium gaming stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just don't understand.
It's like I got added. So I'm doing a family fantasy football thing with some of my cousins.
Yeah,
and these are cousins that live on the East Coast, and they added me to a group chat with like them and some of their friends. Do you know where I'm going with this? I saw Justin look down in shame and disappointment. No. I'm on Android. And so because I'm on Android and they're all on iPhone, immediately, because there's a green bubble in the chat, people started trying to give me shit. It's that same mentality.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. It's like, who gives a flying fuck? It's like, cool, you have iPhones. Guess what? I play Game Boy games on my phone because I have an Android and I like to do fun things.
Yeah.
That's okay. Leave me be.
Yeah. Why would you like to do that instead of spending $20 on a knockoff version on the Apple Store?
Oh no, not the bubbles, not the green bubbles.
I know, man. It's so crazy. By the way, draft Jahan Dotson. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyways, you can get him late.
I also think it's hilarious that the parallel here being green and blue, and I didn't think about that before.
Actually, that's true.
Yeah. I didn't.
It's true. Yeah, I don't know,
but
man.
Here we are.
It's just weird. Because with the excitement of Starfield and stuff like that, there's just been a weird discourse. But then PlayStation came out today, I think, and announced that they're increasing the PS Plus prices, or the other online prices.
Oh yeah, by $40 a year. I think it's funny. Xbox raised the price by everything by like, I don't know, $1, like 10%, 15%. I think is the maximum, because I think it's more than $1 on the Ultimate tier, but it's $2 or whatever. And PlayStation's like, yeah, we're gonna raise it by like 33%, 25 to 33%. You'll pay that, right?
Yeah, you know what? So I did do this one thing because I think I gotta double check, but I do think that sorry, I'm jacking up the cameras here, but I need to double check. I do think that Ultimate for a year is still more expensive than the annual for whatever PlayStation's highest tier is. I don't think I shared it.
Yeah, I was wondering that.
I think PlayStation's highest tier is still $189, even with the new, is $189. And I did it earlier, whatever 16 times 12 is.
$119.99 is premium.
For
PlayStation Premium.
Right, and if you pay Ultimate for 12 months, it's $192.
What? Okay, so you're thinking about it different though. So you can pay for PlayStation $120 and it covers you for the year, or you pay like $18 monthly.
But Xbox doesn't have an annual option, so this is the only way to compare them.
Mm-hmm.
Do they not?
No. Xbox doesn't have just like an annual thing that you can buy at like a discount up front.
Oh, yeah, you can do core for yearly, but you can't
right
for Game Pass Ultimate. Well, that's
Yeah, so I mean, it's cheaper, right? Like before they were before they were like comparable, right? Um, but now like PlayStation, even with the price increase, is still a little cheaper.
Well, no, so it's $119.99 right now for premium. That's before it goes up.
Even after it goes up, it's not going to be $100. It's not going to be close to $192.
$192. Where are you getting $192?
16 times 12.
We should have done the math before we started.
I literally just did it. $16 a month times 12 is $192. So it's basically $200 a year to have Ultimate now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And so,
meanwhile, Nintendo's over there going like
$20. $20.
$20. What? 8 people.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So I mean, I don't know. I see everybody kind of hating on the price increase for PlayStation or whatever, but it's still you buy that
it's
annual.
Not bad.
Yeah, you buy that annual one, and it's really fine.
Do a lot of people do the annual though? Like I
used to.
I have a really hard time. Like I don't have a hard time shelling out $18 a month, but $120 in a go makes me go, eee.
Here's the question: do you guys have PS Plus right now, or some form of it?
I do.
You both do.
Okay. I upgraded to premium so that I could try the cloud streaming stuff because it cost me like, I think it was like 30 cents or whatever for the last few days of the month last month, and I just kept it for this month.
Yeah. So PlayStation.
What do you guys think about it?
I don't use it.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I don't use it. Like I really don't. Like I have it because I kind of like grandfathered into the Essential. Right, so this is what it is. By the way, the PlayStation Plus Premium is $160. So, and then the PlayStation Essential is $80, up from $60 basically. So it is a pretty big jump. You went from $120 to $160 on the premium. And if you really want to do
the thing about the way that they have it though that throws me off is their premium is comparable to Game Pass Ultimate, but Essentials is Game Pass console.
Except for it has online, which
you would need core as well.
Whatever core doesn't have online. You got to get it separately or whatever.
Yeah, it's weird that you can't just directly compare them.
Yeah. So, so I mean, it's just weird. All the pricing is weird, and I feel like all anybody really cares about probably is the highest tiered subscriptions, anyways, for whatever their console is type deal.
I don't think I'm going to keep PS Premium. I think I'm going to go back to Essential because the library of games that are available on PS5 is kind of the reason to have it. The cloud streaming is okay, but like doesn't work as well as I would like. It works it works a little worse than Xbox cloud streaming from personal experience. It's not that much worse, honestly. It's way better than it used to be, but that's kind of where that's at for me. And like the classic games are okay, but you can also just buy the PS4 version of the remasters of a lot of those games that are available as digital purchases, and all PS3 games are the fucking cloud streamed, and that sucks. I was telling Cody the cloud streaming for really like some of the games it was okay, but then I tried Fallout 3, New Vegas, Oblivion, games that I would go back and play on my Xbox 360 for fun from time to time. Yeah, they run like dog shit on the PS5 through cloud streaming. And then I was like, maybe it's just a PS5 cloud streaming thing. Maybe if I try on my computer, no, just as bad.
No.
So,
yeah, man. PlayStation's cloud streaming has never been good.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. Not to get all like political and economical and stuff like this, but I just don't know how all this shit's affordable at this point. You know what I mean? Like we're talking a $35 price hike for the mid-tier PlayStation 1. It went from $100 to $135. Like for what? Like the service doesn't change. Nothing was added. They just upped the price, and that's not a small jump. It's not like Game Pass, which was like, give us an extra $1 or $2 a month. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I can swing.
I mean,
that.
Doesn't the PlayStation one just come to like $3 a month or something?
Maybe, but
it does.
But like Tim was saying, the difference is some people just don't have the money up front, so you can't take advantage of whatever savings that come
The annual,
that come with the annual thing. So it's just
I think the other difference here though is Xbox Game Pass is more accessible on more devices. Right now, you can play Game Pass on anything that has a browser. You can use Game Pass cloud streaming with Ultimate literally on a phone, on a computer, on another device, on my Steam Deck, on just for shits and giggles. You can go, if you really wanted to, like, yes, you can stream the games through Xbox OS natively, or you can open up Edge and do it that way if you really wanted to on your Xbox. Like, that's fine. If PlayStation had a browser on the PS5, which it fucking doesn't, which is disappointing. It does, but it's a lockdown one that you can't use for anything outside of their storefront and stuff. Anyway, random aside there, because that's always irritating me. I hate that the Switch does that too. If they had open like browsers on those devices, you could use Game Pass. But you can't do that with PlayStation cloud streaming. So really, unless you have a PS5 or a PS4, there's not really a point in having that where it's Game Pass's play is like they're like Phil keeps saying them the things, Phil Spencer. They want to get more Game Pass players on more devices. They want their ecosystem to be everywhere, right? So like I get that play, but I don't know. It makes the Xbox Game Pass subscription more appealing to me than the PlayStation subscription because it's just more. There's more utility.
Yeah. So the weird thing about this to me, honestly, doing the math here, is that if you do 135 divided by 12, it's $11.25 a month. But if you did PS Plus Extra, and this is before the price hike, it was $15 a month, which was the mid tier. So that was in line with Xbox. And now, so PS Premium was at $18. It has to be at least $20 now a month. Minimum for premium.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it is 18 for premium.
No, it's 18 right now before the price hike. So, because like if the annual is getting a price hike, the monthly is going to get a price hike.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying? Something I've noticed is that none of these articles are talking about how much it's going to go up a month if you're on the monthly. It just talks about the annual, which is where the savings are, kind of thing. Because yeah, if you were just to get the mid tier PS Plus, you paid the $135. If you divide that by 12, it's $11.25. So, which is like, okay, whatever. Like, that's not a big deal. But right now it's $15 if you're not paying the annual for that same tier. So that annual is probably, or that mid tier is probably going to $18. The 18 is probably going to some weird number like fucking 22 or whatever. And then the other one's probably going to like 12. You know what I mean? Yeah, like it's just kind of like not, I don't know. When everything's a subscription these days, like,
yeah, you really got to pick and choose. Like, do I need these fucking retro PlayStation games, tiered shit?
Yeah. My whole thing with it, I'm not really going to be using the cloud streaming that much. I can already do remote play in my house, and I own most of the PlayStation games that I want to play. So I'm probably not going to keep my premium subscription, and I may just go down to Essential so I can play online.
I do want to say I missed this earlier, probably because I was out walking around. We did have a comment over here on YouTube from Lemontine, talking about Starfield. They're saying, I'm hoping it can feel a bit like Destiny because I love that game, but gosh, I can't play it anymore due to all the DLC removal and having to be around every season for the story. Hey, look, I'm right here with you, because you can't fucking put content behind a wall if it's just a single player game and I get the whole thing up front. Like,
dude, that'd be so nuts.
Oh my god! Like, imagine they're like, "Hey, you know how we said there's gonna be 1,000 planets? Well, we're gonna add this DLC, so we're gonna take away 500 of them for the DLC.
We're gonna
blast half of them.
Oh
we're gonna
my
go
god!
ahead and Warhammer 40k, and we're gonna exterminate us half the universe.
Oh my god!
Oh, this is our living world.
Yeah.
Live service single player game.
Oh my god! Yeah, no.
That's a scary thought.
Yeah, it is. Oh my god. Oh, that would be awful. People would be so mad. People would be like, I have all my outposts. That's my supply chain.
Dude.
Oh god.
Destiny.
Speaking of, hey, I did want to bring this one thing up about Starfield. You guys think that there's like a flight skill in Starfield?
Yeah, there is. There's a piloting skill.
Because I was thinking about it and I was like, you know how you could board other ships or whatever? What's to stop you from getting the best ship 5 minutes into the fucking game? Like, once you go into space and you have that ability to board other ships. You know what I mean? Like what? There has to be like a skill cap to something. So it'd be like, you can't fly this. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have the ability.
I would assume that the best ship in the game is going to be very heavily guarded, so probably guns.
Maybe
I'm gonna assume that whatever your starter ship is, I don't think you're gonna win in a dogfight with whatever the best ship in the game.
Maybe you just get in your little astronaut suit and you just jump out there. And you just like sneak in, right? You know what I mean? Get past the guns.
You just stealth archer your way in.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know. But I was thinking about that. They're talking about boarding ships and shit. And I was like, wait, what the
fucker's trying to be chief in the books over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what kind of crazy stuff like speedrunners and whatnot come up with to cheese the game.
Yeah, it's gonna be it'll be interesting for sure. But yeah, man, I don't know. I was thinking about that. Because I was rewatching that 45-minute thing, or I was listening to it earlier. They said that, like, you can board the ship, and now it's yours. And I was like, there's got to be some, like, just so you don't, like, get the end game rewards out the gate. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
Yeah, I'm sure it's more involved than just, press the boarding action button, get the ship.
Yeah, well, I mean, you get on there, you kill some folks, right? You punch them to death, whatever, and then like you get the pilot seat, and then you're just
they talked about something on there too. You have to pay for the registration if you want the ship to be yours. So whatever that ship is, if it's like the best ship in the game, I'm not even gonna. You can just go park it at like a fucking outpost or something, though. You know what I mean? You can just go park it on some random planet. Objects, yeah, maybe.
I'm just gonna be a outlaw. I'm never gonna go park anywhere. I won't have insurance for my $1 billion ship.
I think I'm gonna do the same. I'm just gonna be like,
as soon as Justin gets in the game, you're supposed to go sign up to be a member of Constellation and join
this
Vanguard. Yeah. He's like, where the fuck is the Crimson Fleet? I don't none of this.
Yeah.
Yo, motherfuckers, where are we going?
Oh my god. Yeah, man. No,
you thought there was a Game Pass? Nah, I'm a pirate. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get in the game and do something similar. I'm probably gonna get in and they're gonna be like, let's go this way. I'm just gonna like literally turn around and go the opposite direction. Fuck you. I'm doing what I want. Can't tell me what to do.
I'm gonna go in so many nooks and crannies. I'm not going. I'm just going everywhere. I'm not. The main storyline is the last thing I'm gonna do because.
See, you say that, but did you see what they were talking about? How the game didn't really start until the fucking story was over.
My guy, look at what I did with Fallout.
Okay, but it's different. The story is Fallout. Like, there's things outside of that, but like once the story is over, like that's it. They're saying that. The end of the story is really the beginning of the game. And the story is like 50 hours or something, or is like what they're clocking it out or whatever. So, I mean, we'll know tomorrow for sure. But that's what Pete Hines said.
It reminds me of like in Bannerlord, right? They have like the like story that you can do.
Yeah.
But after you finish the story, it's just like, here is the world of Mount & Blade. Play it.
Yeah.
If that's how Starfield is, I'd be very happy about that.
Well, I mean, Pete Hines said he played for like 130 hours or some shit. Hadn't beaten the story. And then Todd was like, hey, the fucking story. And then P. Hines played finished the story, and he was like, oh, that's when the game really took off for me. And it's just like, what?
That sounds crazy.
Like, what do you mean? That's like 180 hours.
I imagine I'm going to have a pretty similar experience to what Pete did there.
Yeah, dude, Tim's always like waiting on doing the final boss in games.
I don't even know I'm doing it most of the time. But like literally there are 3 games this year that I've beaten that I was at the end, and I don't know that. I'm like, I probably have a few missions left, and then I go to do a quest. I'm like, oh, this is literally... Oops.
It's because he's fucked off for so long, he doesn't remember where he's actually at. You know what I mean?
How much more game is there?
Yeah. Well, I just, games in general are super bad about like their logs or quest logs and all that stuff are always really vague. You know what I mean? Like, it gives you a very brief description of what it is. So that's one of my biggest pet peeves in games like Starfield, is because let's say I take a break for 3 months and I come back and I'm like, what was I doing? You have no idea. You're like, what do these skills do again? You know what I mean? Like,
RPGs are like always like that too. It's so hard to come back after a while.
Right, and it's just like, you know what? I'm just gonna start a new character, because then you know what the fuck's going on at that point. After you do that, So it's just kind of, I don't know. Dude, not like everybody does that, but yeah.
I had that experience on a Game Boy Advance. I was playing the original Final Fantasy, and you get like this airship. And you're supposed to go to this cave and speak to this like witch. And I remember getting the airship and like flying around and like parking it somewhere, talking to the witch. And then I didn't play the game for like a month. And I came back to it and I was like,
what am I doing?
Where the fuck is my airship? Oh no. And it's just this like fucking huge world, and it takes forever to get anywhere. And I was just like, yeah, I'm done playing Final Fantasy now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. But I'm excited for tomorrow afternoon. I wish I didn't have to work, so I could just sleep that time away, and then wake up.
When does it release for us plebeians? The 5th?
6th. Well, probably the 5th. Yeah, because, technically the 6th, but probably the 5th, because, it's not supposed to come out until Friday for early access, but it's coming tomorrow at 5 p.m.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
5 p.m. local time, just like last time. Or is it... Mm-hmm. Is it 5 or is it 5 p.m. East Pacific this time? It might be 7 for us this time. It might be 5 Pacific, which means Mountain Time, 6 Central Time, 7.
Yeah. Soon, very soon. Do you guys know what kind of characters you're going to try to make? What is your role that you're going to play?
I don't know yet.
Tim, you are correct. It is 1900.
Okay, so CDT.
So it says Chicago. So definitely fuck, man. It's so late. I thought it was like 4 or 5.
It was a late release. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say I don't know what all my options are. I don't know is there power armor in the game? I don't know what I'm going for. I know what I'll probably wind up doing, because it's the same thing that I do in every Fallout game.
Collecting I'll have every item.
There's that, but I'll have points in whatever the persuasion, speech, charisma, and then stealth. And typically in Fallout, it would either be agility or perception, so that I can be a sneaky sniper.
Yep.
Who talks his way out of other things. Like, if you come up on me, I'm going to talk my way out of it. Otherwise, I'm going to shoot you from a long ways off.
I'm the anti-social.
I think I'm just going to make a thug. And I want to make, electrified fists. And then intimidate anybody who tries to talk to me. And then if they don't like how I talk, I will just punch them in the face.
Hell yeah.
And we're in space and there's guns, but I want to electrocute you up close. That's what I want to do. So
I dig it.
Walk the plank, airlock. Get in the airlock.
Yeah. I want to be able to roll intimidation and just be like, the fuck you say to me, and then they cower in fear. I don't know. I saw there's also a Ronin background, which I'm assuming is a lone wolf type thing, and I'm like, let's do it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna guess that's gonna be a Freestart Collective thing.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, I don't know. I saw that and I was like, yeah, I'll have crew members so y'all can be my bitches and work my supply routes. And then other than that, I'm running around by myself. Like, I mean, in the Outer Worlds, that's what I did. I ran around by myself. I didn't run around.
The Outer Worlds, though, I beat the Outer Worlds again this year, and I have a complaint about it. I liked the companions a lot, but they were so useless. And I play on Supernova, so let's start there. On Supernova,
is that the hardest mode?
Yeah, it is, and they can perma-die, and they are super useless in combat on Supernova because they will just die. It's like they are so squishy. They don't do a lot of damage. So I literally would, if I had them with me, I would tell them, I would put them in passive mode and I would leave them behind. I would go ahead, get in my firefight, go back for them.
Oh no.
Until like late game, and even then, half the time I would just leave them on the ship unless I'm doing their quests specifically.
Yeah. I just ran around myself because I think I played it on
funny.
Supernova 2. Can't remember. I beat it back in fucking 19 back. So, but yeah, I just remember running around with my fucking hammer, and every time I killed something, myself,
I remember seeing that.
Yeah, I was just like, yes. So, anyways, boys. Been an hour. I feel like ass, so I'm gonna wrap it up here.
Wrap your ass up.
Yeah, closing thoughts. I'm a Christmas present.
I was not prepared for this.
My closing thought is I'm very excited for this long weekend. I hope I feel better so I can just sit here and play fucking Starfield all weekend. That's my closing thought.
My closing thought is there are a lot of really cool mods in development for Bannerlord, and none of them are fucking ready. God damn it.
Good thing Starfield's coming out. You got something to kill time.
Yep.
My closing thought would be Baldur's Gate, Zelda, Starfield, Armored Core. There are a lot of goddamn good games out there, so play more of them.
Oh, yes.
Play more games.
One quick thing. The Completionist has Sea of Stars as his game of the year right now.
Oh, yeah. Dude.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, Zelda got such high scores, and it is funny how quickly people were just like, yeah, this is not game of the year anymore. Like, there are definitely people that it will be their game of the year, and it will be nominated for game of the year, and I have no question about that. But there are so many people that when Baldur's Gate came out, they're just like, yeah, it's not it. That's wild.
Yeah, recency bias, right? We talked about Elden Ring maybe getting hit with that recency bias. Zelda got hit hard with recency bias already.
Like, Elden Ring never really did. People were like, is God of War going to dethrone it? And nothing really challenged it. Like, God of War was the closest, but nothing really challenged it. Whereas, like, I know that there were good games that came out before Zelda. Like, Hogwarts Legacy was Cody's game of the year in February and March, and then Zelda came out, and you're like, nope, that's... Now Baldur's Gate's here, and we're all like, who's Link? What?
I will say that like I thought Hogwarts Legacy could be in the conversation because of it. I mean, it's like the 5th best Steam release ever. You know what I mean? It might have bumped down one because of Baldur's Gate or something like that.
Might bump down another in a week.
I mean, it might. Look, if there's another game that comes out with 800,000 concurrent players on Steam, that'd be 3 separate games in a year.
If there's another single player game that's going to do it this year, if there's a single player game that will do it this year, it would be probably Armored Core. Like, multiplayer games will probably, or not Armored Core. Did I say Armored?
What? Yeah.
What? I meant to say Starfield. I was going to say
Tim's
Starfield,
really
which is the answer that I think you guys thought I was going to say. I thought you guys were. I'm pretty sure you guys were like, yeah, Starfield. Duh. And then I'm like, Armored Core.
Oh
yeah, no, I mean those. Well, I guess I am gonna say I don't. Wait, what are you trying to say? Because like Baldur's Gate single player, and so is Hogwarts Legacy.
Yeah. I know, I understand. I was gonna say what I said was if there's another single player game that'll hit that number this year, it would be Starfield.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, the hype is real. I could see it happening.
Yeah.
But this might be the first year in like a long time where there's actual competition for Game of the Year, and it's not been basically wrapped up for 6 months.
I think it'll be a really interesting conversation because the games that we've been talking about are all like single player games, but each of them has like very different strengths compared to one another.
Yeah. I depending on what happens, we'll see. But right now, Zelda is definitely underneath Baldur's Gate.
I feel the opposite way.
I'd say there's one solid link in between Zelda and Baldur's Gate, and that's the creativity factor. They go about it in very different ways.
They do.
But player agency is giant in both of those games. Your ability to impact the story, your ability to have say in how things happen and what happens, and that is something
all
that
the
is
systems that you can do crazy things with.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. I just maybe I just miss my BioWare CRPGs. That's why Baldur's Gate hits home for me so much.
The characters, dude.
Oh, we didn't even talk about we didn't talk about it at all. Dragon Age got delayed again.
I didn't even know.
I'm not worried about it.
You didn't post it.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out either they were saying next month or October, and it's been delayed into next summer.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm not worried about it.
Not excited about Dragon Age.
I
haven't been excited about Dragon Age.
I have zero hype about Dragon Age. You know what we're going to be doing when Dragon Age comes out next year? You know what we're going to be doing? Still finishing games.
Baldur's Gate finally?
Still finishing games from 2023. That's exactly what we're going to be doing. So I anything in 2024 right now, you're fucked. Unless you're Warhammer Space Marine 2. That's the only one. That's the only one that has any kind of fucking leeway right now. Anyways, all right.
We'll have time for that.
We will. So we already did closing thoughts. I need to get out of here. I love you. We will talk to you next week.
Love ya.
Love you.